It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say that it would get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And you see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 15 carries, 88 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Third and 3. They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. A gain of 3, second down.
The Steelers at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
On second down, here's Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up first and goal at the 1.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Cordero Patterson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That is caught. He's into space past the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
On play action, now Rodgers being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But you look at this defense.
They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Third down and 1.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got room.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Sermon.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Cordero Jackson. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 14. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll start by running the option to the right. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll drop to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Oh, look at the juke. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
And that's 10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff, they did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times, and that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
Throwing is Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. You look at this Steeler defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 26 yards. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Moore now to return. Taking it about the 1. Fights forward at the 20. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steelers ready for their next possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Down the left sideline. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Defense will accept this penalty and force the offense back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers going to shift him around. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Snap comes at 1. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf, 48 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his third touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants with it. He has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
He'll start with a give to Henry.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry.
And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. On 3rd down, Jackson.
He's got the hook up to Hopkins.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Cameron Hayward busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
7 yards there and a first down. Straight ahead, it's Sermon.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Sermon.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now Rodgers.
That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
And even 40 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Sermon.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Now
that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Warren.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Cordero Patterson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Steelers have moved out in front.
Boswell good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down and 6 now. From the gun, Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from time. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. The Browns trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head up to the Motor City, check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes there for Trevor Lawrence. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Third quarter starts with a run from Gainwell. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. Now a 2nd and 6.
Rodgers going to throw. Short throw to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Running left, it's Warren.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Now a pause, so there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Sermon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8. Moore, the man in motion. 2nd down, this is Wilson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Throwing now is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it again with Henry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line. I'm going to go.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Tackle there by Michael Pierce. Second and 5. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Now a handoff, Sermon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. Now second and 5. Metcalf motions left. Here's Patterson.
He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to, and the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
Here's Sermon.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back now in Pittsburgh, it's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Here's Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. First carry now for Justice Hill. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive, keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Straight ahead, it's Sermon. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Sermon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf. Down the sideline he goes. And in for the Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Steelers appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Steelers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Now Jackson throwing on 1st down.
Check down here for Henry. This a 2nd and 8. And now an audible here into something else.
On 2nd down, Jackson.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
A gain of 32 that time.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Webster. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Steelers, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.